This is your style appetizer for today. Happy Sunday. It's really wonderful to get to be with you from a different location. Lots of different locations right now as I'm traveling, and it's been really a remarkable experience to be um, in and of the world in a very different way. And the reason why I wanted to do a style appetizer on this and just share with you what happens when we take ourselves out of one situation, out of one context, out of a living space, out of what our bodies are used to and what is the norm. And we put ourselves into a different surrounding, maybe a surrounding that doesn't have the same color of the walls. It doesn't look really great. The color of the walls doesn't look really great. Maybe there's a little bit more shading. What's happening with the light when you're in a different country or on a different, even on a different hemisphere? So why is that a style appetizer? The reason why it's a style appetizer is because there are other people like talking and yelling in the background, and you're sharing different spaces. Everything in the new surrounding, everything, literally everything. So anyway, everything in our surrounding impacts us if we let it. So I'm at friends' houses. It's raining outside. It's snowing. You share a space with different people, and then we get to be a higher level human being. We get to choose that. Whether the dishes are different, or the color on the wall is different, or the perfume is different, or the cooking is different, or the way that they choose to do laundry. So I'm staying at a friend's house, and she is remarkable and amazing in so many different ways. And what I want to share with you is because when we come out of the quaint environment that we have and everything is working for us, okay, especially if you're living alone or you're living with your family and you've gotten used to it, this part of image therapy, the foundation of what it is that we always talk about, can you be with life exactly the way it is and exactly the way it isn't? People in the world are remarkable, and they've lived their lives in the way that they've lived their lives. And then we come into their homes or into their offices or into their daily living experience. And then we become either a fly on the wall if we have respect and we honor and understand how they live their lives, or we're not. And especially as Americans in Europe, we're often like a huge elephant in a china shop. And so the reason why I wanted to do this style appetizer is be more mindful. This is like a mindfulness conversation that doesn't just happen when you go into someone's house in a different part of the world. This is like, how are you being mindful when you're in your own space and people come to visit you? Are you being reactive to someone who isn't doing exactly what you want them to do? Can you be rising above the situation and be more gracious? It takes a lot of grace for my friends to take me in, to have me here for 2 weeks with my shit all over the place and my shoes, and they have carpet, and I'm not used to taking off my shoes, or I am, and I walk barefoot. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because we forget so easily that our presence in someone else's life has an impact. Hopefully, most of the time it's going to be good. Often it's not. And so when we can just contain ourselves a little bit and just go, listen, I'm in someone else's house, whether that's in America or whether you're in Europe, I'm in someone else's restaurant, I'm in someone else's space. How can I be more mindful? How can I just take a breath and take a break and watch what's going on and read the room? So that's what it's about today. Are you reading the room? Are you reading your husband or your wife? When they wake up in the morning, do they always do the same thing? And can you support that? What do your friends do when you go to visit them? Or how do they like it when you help them in the kitchen? Can you use this knife for that? It's like it goes into every single detail. And that is a huge part of, can you be with life exactly the way it is and exactly the way it isn't? And is it pissing you off? And if it's pissing you off, why is it pissing you off? So those are all the questions that I want you to contemplate for this week. And then I want you to go into your closet and put something fabulous on. Take a picture, send it to me, and tell me which corner of the universe are you lighting up today? Because I miss you. Can't wait to wrestle you to the ground. Bye from Europe, and I'll see you next week. Happy Sunday.